It's the Health in the Real World podcast. It's time to start the show with Chris Janke as your host. Here to give you everything that you need when it comes to fitness strategies. We keep it simple and easy. It's your roadmap to get healthy. You don't need equipment and you don't need a gym. Just the right strategies to get you fit and trim.
The Health in the Real World podcast is sponsored by...
Are you tired of working hard and going nowhere? Get off the treadmill. The latest and greatest piece of fitness equipment is not going to help you achieve your fitness goals. Join me and I will. Text the word workout to 408-883-4442.
Hello and welcome to Health in the Real World. I'm Chris Janke, joined today with Reesey Byers. Reesey, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. Glad to be here.
And you're, we're talking about what you're up to. You're a runner, and I was telling you I ran in high school. Tell us a little bit of background about your running, how you got into it, and what you're up to now with your training.
Yeah, most definitely. So I started running in 7th grade. I started running just because I had ADHD when I was younger, and we were just kind of looking for an outlet and something to kind of, have my attention go towards, and started track in 7th grade, and it was the first sport that I ever did, and won my very first track race and fell in love with the sport. And I continued to do it in high school just as something that I loved and had a passion for, and didn't expect it to change my life in the way that it did. I found myself ranked 2nd in the nation my senior year of high school, and had no plans, going to college. I was going to go to the JC and figure things out, but it allowed me to have a scholarship to go to Sacramento State, and it was a huge blessing for my family and I. So I got to compete at Sac State for 5 years, and I think I hold still 3 school records there. Hopefully they stay there for a little bit longer. And yeah, I just was able to get a higher education and change my life in such a huge way. So I'm thankful for that.
That's awesome. Yeah, I definitely agree. Like, if you can find something like that you're good at, you're passionate about, it has potential to just keep lifting you up. And so you graduated Sac State, and then now you're still running. You're saying you wanted to, you're looking at breaking the 4-minute mile, which is ridiculously fast.
Yeah,
And back when before anybody had ever run a 4-minute mile, there's all those stories like the doctor said it would explode your heart, and there was all like that. It's humanly impossible. And now, like, I think thousands of people have done it, right? Like, it's like
hundreds of people, especially in the collegiate scene. Like, I think to make NCAAs, like, you have to run like 3:56 now. It's insanely fast, So it's still, I think, a major benchmark for a lot of distance runners for sure.
Yeah.
That I'm gonna manifest for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, it really is booking. And for people who don't know track, that's 4 laps around the track, and every lap that's really fast. Like, you're not sprinting, but it's pretty close to sprint, right?
Yeah, it starts to feel like that, especially in the second half. So for me, I've always had to try to stay engaged that 3rd lap, because the last lap, it's everything you got, but I think it's important to stay focused on the 3rd lap, to keep that pace. But
yeah,
it's all good fun, and I love to hurt, and I love to test myself and see what I can do, and I think that's what this sport is about, and just expressing that passion that you have for it.
Yeah. So when you look back and you said you had ADD, and this was probably a really good move on your parents' part to put you into this, to give you that focus. What do you see as far as, like, how has this benefited you? Like, what personality traits or your character, like, how has this developed your character as a runner? Whereas maybe if you didn't run, you wouldn't have had some of those lessons.
Oh my gosh, so many lessons, definitely, especially being a student athlete. I learned great time management skills, great leadership skills, being a part of a team, and being the number 1 guy on the team, setting a good example, and encouraging others. It's definitely helped me being a good team player, and really helped value myself a lot more. Finding something that you're passionate about really helps you discover the best version of yourself, because you want to find a better way to do it. And I think it just trickles into other areas of your life. And I've been able to utilize that for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that. One of the things I tell my clients and everyone on the show is, we have all these different goals, right? We have family goals, we have, financial goals, we have health goals. I always think the number one is your health goal, right? If you can master that, if you can, or like you said, you find something that you're passionate about, especially at an early age, I think it can trickle, right? It can trickle into everything else. So what are you up to now? Like, you're still running, obviously. What did you major in? What are you doing for work and everything?
Yeah, so right now, so I majored in sociology with a minor in psychology at Sacramento State.
Nice.
And I've done a couple different jobs, a lot of customer service jobs. I did security for a long time. I wanted to go into law enforcement, and kind of recently decided not to go that route, at least at this time.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I'm still figuring things out, but I'm focusing on running right now. I still can. I'm still relatively young. I just turned 30, so I'm kind of right in that prime age right now. But it's like, life happens, stuff like that. And it's been a little while, honestly, since I think I've had a breakout performance, losing my mom and going through various adversities. But that's definitely taught me to become a lot stronger of a person and love myself more. I've really come to realize that, it all starts with us. And how we cultivate our thoughts and our feelings on the inside. Instead of waiting for the outside to change, we got to change ourselves on the inside, and then the outside changes. So I've done a lot of personal growth and a lot of inner work, I think, in the last few years that will definitely pay dividends towards my goals in the future.
That's awesome. Well, I can see you as a running coach. Have you coached running at all?
Actually, last few years, recently I coached at the San Jose JC. That was my first coaching experience, awesome. And I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
I'm still in touch with the kids that I used to coach, and that was back in 2018. So that was awesome. And then I also coached Rio Americano High School in Sacramento as well. So I have some coaching experience, and I really love it, though. I really do.
Yeah. I mean, everything you just said, it's so true, right? Everything starts on the inside, and you can really manifest everything that you want on the outside. And so speaking of the inside, so I'm sure you've given this a lot of thought. What's your training program going to look like for you, breaking that sub 4-minute mile? What is your thought process? What's your training look like? What's the time frame? How long does it take you? You're already conditioned, but you're going to take, I would imagine, months of just training. So what's that going to look like?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's actually exciting that you asked that question. So I was just kind of formulating. So right now, with the running group that I'm a part of, there is coaching that is offered, and there's a team out there, and they train and all that. But they also email the training and the scheduling and stuff like that, and which I try to follow as best as I can. But I also kind of am self-coached a little bit too, so I kind of finagle what works best with me. But honestly, a lot of bulk of it is just the consistency and the mileage. So if you can there's no magical, workout, that'll get you fit. It's just, weeks, days, stacked on top of each other. So I think staying healthy and consistent is the big key. And then eventually, yes, you do want to be consistent with workouts, hitting different systems, doing your tempo work, doing your speed work, stuff like that. And so usually I try to, like, for example, a week for me would be like a Monday would be like an easy day. I like to start my weeks easy. So I'll do an easy 10-mile day on Monday, and Tuesday, and then Wednesday and Saturdays would be my workouts. So I would usually do like a tempo type workout on Wednesday, and then maybe some interval type stuff on Saturday. And it's nice because there's nobody on the track usually on Saturdays, so it's a little bit easier to get out there.
Right.
And Sundays are usually like my long run, so I'll do 16, 17 plus miles on those days. And I usually try to hit 80, 85 miles a week. So
wow, 80, 85 a week. Nice. Is that what did you hit when you were in like high school and college? Were you close to that, or was it?
So in high school, I was one of those kids that was so, I think, just naive. Like I just showed up to practice and, did what the coaches told me to.
Right.
And I remember getting to college. I'm like, mile repeats, tempos, like, what is that? Because we didn't do any of that in high school, So definitely in high school, I did a little bit lower mileage. I think I was maybe like 40 or so. I didn't really keep track of mileage in high school. And then I got to college, and it was a whole new ball game. I was probably doing around 16 miles a week my freshman year. Yeah. And then sophomore year, I was doing 70 to 80. And then going into my junior year, I was thinking, I want to see if I can do a 100-mile week. And so I hated doubling. So I would just go out the door and do 14 miles every day.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
No doubles, just on singles. And I would do 100-mile weeks on singles. And I think I did that for maybe 7-8 weeks before we went back to the season, and had the best season I've ever had, and ran 13:58 in the 5K.
Oh my gosh. 13:58. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty fast. Nice.
I actually won that race at the Stanford Invite, and that was an awesome experience for sure. Actually, our whole team had to go to another meet, and our distance coach had to beg our head coach just to take me and 2 other of our top girls to go to the Stanford Invite, and we almost didn't get our shot to go, but luckily our coach convinced the coach, and we all had a great race that night. So
that's the best. Yeah, that's awesome. That's the best race. You're on the golf course, right? The Stanford golf course.
So this is on the track. So I've done the cross country meet, but this is in the track stadium. Yeah.
Oh, okay. It was a track run. Okay. Yeah. The cross country is on the golf course. There are a lot of guys who run that race who are running it barefooted because the grass is so nice and cushy and stuff. Yeah. That's awesome. So okay. So now you said you've run 100-mile weeks, but that was just a couple in college. But now you're at like 80, 85. What does your diet look like? How much are you eating? What does that look like to refuel properly?
Yeah, so I've actually improved my diet a little bit over the last couple of years. That's something that I think I was also naive about in college and stuff like that. But definitely I've seen the improvements and the importance of fueling, especially right after. And I'm usually a runner that doesn't like to have a whole lot in my stomach before I run. So I usually have maybe like a banana or maybe some oatmeal before, just something to have in my stomach for the run, some fuel. And then I usually try to, there's like a 30-minute window right after you run and work out that I believe that your body best absorbs the nutrients. So I'll try to get some sorts of protein, a protein bar or something right immediately. And then hopefully within those 2 hours have like a major meal of some kind. So, but yeah, usually I don't calorie track, but I do have a fast metabolism. And I've been told, obviously, the amount that you burn running, I'm already burning twice that amount too. So I'm constantly eating, which is good because I love food. So
yeah, exactly. Me too. I'm in the same boat. I work out because I love to eat. So
yeah, no, exactly. So they complement each other for sure. But I've been eating a lot of salads lately. Like I used to hate salads, but now I've been eating like tons and tons of salads. I used to hate bananas, but now I can't stop eating bananas. It's so weird.
The bananas are so like sugar rich, right? So you definitely need a lot of carbs. I remember one of the things we did when I ran cross country in high school is we would do like the pasta night the night before and just like carb load and that seemed to actually I don't even know if it helped or not, but it was fun and I love pasta. So
yeah, no, it worked out for sure. So yeah, and that's I think another reason I love our sport is just the people in the sport and the get-togethers and you go and run 5 times, but man, I've met so many amazing friends and people and Olympians and just awesome people in the sport.
Yeah, it is. You're right. It is something that you can do like. When you're playing, let's say like soccer, basketball, baseball, you can't just get right up next to somebody and just chat with them. But, you go on a long 13-mile run, you got plenty of time to talk to somebody.
Yeah, exactly. It helps, make the time go by and kind of share that discomfort together,
Yeah. Definitely discomfort for sure. So what do you tell young people who are just thinking about getting into the sport? They see like, oh, that looks like a lot of fun. I can definitely stay healthy. What do you tell those young people, like middle school, high school?
Yeah, I definitely say, just focus on the fun of it. Don't overthink it. At the end of the day, it is just running and you have to remember your why and why you got into it. And I believe for a lot of people, hopefully it's something that they love. And so something that I fell into, when I was younger, was putting too much pressure on myself or allowing myself to get away from the fun aspect of it. And that definitely played a role in my performance as well. So definitely, stay in the moment and just do it for the fun of it and just allow it to take you to where it's, it's going to take you. Try not to force anything and it'll work out how it's supposed to work out. At the end of the day, it's all supposed to be fun and yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That's good advice. I wish you would have said that advice to me when I was 14 and overthinking it, trying to be the best. And yeah, we all go through that, right? Especially. Exactly.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, Reesey, I like to close every show giving the guests the opportunity to go back to, let's say, like a college graduation. You're the keynote speaker, or maybe a corporation. What would you tell those people about how to get the most out of their lives?
That's a really good question. I'd say, stay in your own frame, especially once you get into the real world, there's going to be a lot of, opinions tug and pull with other people. And I realized too, a lot of the thoughts and feelings that we have aren't necessarily ours, just kind of cultivated from the people and environments that are around us. So I think it's important to, stay attached to your goals and what you value. And also remember to have fun. Life is supposed to be fun. It's going to have stressful moments, but whether it's a big moment, a new job, or anything else, I think it's important to remind yourself to be in the moment, have fun, and trust yourself. I believe that we have the strength to get through each and every moment that we're in. And I think that it's how we are present and utilize that moment that makes a difference in our lives.
Nice. Absolutely. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. How do people get in touch with you online, social media, website?
Yeah. So my Instagram is Conscious Runner 5K. And you can follow my Olympic journey there. My goal is to be an Olympian in 2024. So it's going to happen. I'm manifesting it right now. And yeah, I'm also on Facebook. I'm starting a YouTube channel. I'm on YouTube. I have a few videos on there. So it's just Reesey Byers, I think, on YouTube and Facebook. And yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Reesey. I appreciate you joining us today. And we will keep tabs on you and your Olympic journey 2024. Thank you so much again for joining me. Best of luck with the mile, breaking the 4.
Thank you very much, Chris. You take care, and hopefully I'll talk to you soon.
Definitely.
Thanks for listening to the Health in the Real World Show. Make sure to like and subscribe and comment down below. Visit mycorebalance.com to learn more.